and welcome to the channel and welcome to a new video series. So this is just basically an introduction. The series will actually be starting in full swing tomorrow, and what it is, it's a you could call it health and fitness series. I'm obviously a plus size lady. I wasn't always like that, and I don't want to be like that anymore. Not for vanity reasons. The main reason is health. I have had some varied medical issues over the last couple of years that can be attributed to my weight gain. I did actually lose 5 stone a few years ago, in about 2009, I think it was, 2008, 2009. I lost 5 stone through Lighter Life. For those that are unfamiliar with that, it's a meal replacement diet where you are solely reliant on milkshakes, soups, bars, all these things that are purchased at a weekly meeting. It did end up being rather expensive, and although I'd lost the 5 stone in 12 weeks, which is on the higher end of what people would lose, and that was without excessive exercise. It was just doing what I normally do, but because it uses ketosis, which basically what that is, I won't go into a great detail, but you're on a very minimum calorie intake. In fact, it's less than 500 calories a day, but it's not dangerous because all the nutrients you need are within the meal supplements, meal replacements. You are just taking in less calories, and your body then goes into what is called ketosis, which means you don't feel hungry, because in this day and age, when people say I'm hungry, it's just a sensation. They're not actually hungry. Their body doesn't necessarily need food. It's just they've got so used to eating a certain amount, and I mean everybody this day and age, you know, the majority of people are eating far more in excess of what they should be eating. I wouldn't say I necessarily overeat, I just eat the wrong foods, and possibly too many of those wrong foods. So I want to get back on track. I'm not going to be doing Lighter Life again. I wouldn't necessarily rule it out. I wouldn't say to somebody, no, don't do it. I would actually recommend it if you can handle it. I had a few occasions where I did find it difficult, but I never cheated, and obviously it worked for me. Unfortunately, where it failed was I didn't go through the re-education stage. I'd got to the point where I'd lost the amount I needed to lose. I could have potentially carried on losing, but I had to then re-educate myself and continuing going to class. And at that point in our life, money wasn't in excess, and we're talking, as well as Ian having to eat the normal foods he ate, so we were still having to buy the normal groceries, because I mean, let's face it, if there's 2 of you, it doesn't cost much more to feed 2 people as it does to feed 1. So we were still having to buy all the groceries for Ian, and obviously when either my son or his children were with us as well, we had to feed them as well. But then my diet was totally separate, and that was costing anywhere between £70 and £80 per week on top of our normal groceries. So it was becoming rather expensive at that time in our life, and it was something that we had to say, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to have to try and you know, struggle on my own. I then had some other issues which I couldn't deal with very well, and I'm not going to go into any details, but it meant that I unfortunately went back to comfort eating, and you know, one thing after another, I'm back where I was then. In fact, I'm possibly a bit heavier than I was when I first started Lighter Life, so I've put everything back on and maybe a little bit more. But like I said, I've had some medical issues that are possibly, not all of them, but some of them definitely are to do with my weight gain. And so that's the main reason for wanting to lose weight, is my health. The second reason would be comfort. I wouldn't say, I have a high pain threshold, so I don't take painkillers or anything like that because, well, I don't like taking medications of any sort. I do actually have to take 2 different types of blood pressure tablets. I put that off as long as I could, but then I had to have a tumour removed, and in order to have the operation, I had to get my blood pressure down really quickly, and so to do that I had to be put onto these 2 different types of medication, and to come off it would be quite dangerous, just to come off it cold turkey, because my blood pressure could then go sky high, and obviously we know what can happen then. So the safest way to get my blood pressure down and get off of the medication would be to lose a significant amount of weight, and we're talking possibly half my body weight, which would then naturally lower my blood pressure, because my blood pressure is due to my weight gain. We know that much. The first thing is health. The second reason is comfort or discomfort. Like I said, although I'm not taking painkillers, I do suffer with pain, but I handle it. I'm used to dealing with different types of pain, and I tend to do that very well without medication. I've actually had several operations where, when there's been people on the same ward as me had the same operation, and we've been given like morphine drips, and they're these self-dispensing ones where every so often you are able to administer yourself a dose of morphine, and I'm the only person on the ward out of 4 people. I didn't use a drop of it, whereas everyone else was using theirs. I didn't use any of it. I'm not boasting or anything, I'm just trying to explain, you know, I may not complain of pain or anything, but it's potentially because I deal with pain, and I suffer with endometriosis, which, for those that don't know, it's, I won't go into technical details, but one of the symptoms is extreme pain, similar to that of actually going through childbirth, every month when you menstruate. And again, I've managed to deal, because I've had that since I was 16, and I'm now nearly 52. So I've got used to dealing with that, and I deal with that in my own way, without taking pain medication. Some pain medications I'm allergic to anyway. I can't take ibuprofen, which nowadays is like a cure-all. You know, it's like, oh, take some ibuprofen, you know. So a lot of things that I've had happen to me, it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, if you feel any pain or if you get any swelling, take it up. I can't take ibuprofen, so I've had to deal without painkillers anyway, even, you know, if I'd have wanted them. So that's the second thing. So obviously the major thing is for my health. The second thing is so that I don't have to deal with pain. And the third reason is vanity, because I mean, let's face it, we all want our best, and at the moment I don't feel that I do. So that's my 3 reasons for wanting to lose the weight. Some people might say, well, why are you doing it on YouTube? I need to be answerable obviously I'm doing it for me, I'm not doing it for anybody else. If I can do this and do well at it, and therefore inspire other people to do it, that's got to be a good thing. What was I going to say? So, so by doing it on camera, I'm having to be strict and be answerable to the general public, if you like. And it's like when you go to group, when I used to go to Lighter Life, I wanted to make sure I did better than anybody else, and I didn't want to show myself up, basically, so I made sure, plus I didn't want to waste the money. What was the point in paying £80 a week and not sticking to the diet? You know, that would have been stupid. So this for me is a way of being answerable to myself and to get into a routine. So how it's going to work is I'm going to weigh myself potentially. What I'm thinking is weigh myself publicly. In other words, film, you know, have the camera pointing at the scale when I weigh myself every Wednesday. I'll potentially weigh myself every day so that I can get an idea of how different things are affecting my weight during the week. But the only weight I will share is the one that I do every Wednesday. So the video on a Wednesday is going to be a weigh-in Wednesday, but potentially every evening just before I go to bed, I'll record a couple of minutes on how my day has gone, and that is one way of keeping track and for my own good, just as well as anybody that's watching, but so that I know if I've got a recording of what I've done, and by speaking it and recording it, you then understand more, rather than just going about your day and not writing it down or anything. So what I'm wanting to do is keep like a journal, a health journal, where I'll record my food and drinks, and any exercise and how I feel and all that sort of thing. And then obviously, oh, excuse me, and that's another thing, feeling tired all the time. And then obviously I will share my weight on a weekly basis. So if anybody else wants to join in this with me, I'd love you to, and we can sort of help each other, encourage each other. You know, whether there's just one other person or whether there's 50,000 people, you know, the more the merrier, basically. And we can, you know, encourage each other and help each other and offer hints and tips even. And what I'm possibly going to call, like I said, I'll be recording at the end of each day, but then I'll probably just compile those all into 1 week worth of videos, because like I said, it'll only be 1 or 2 minutes long, and edit those and publish those with my weekly weigh-in. So tomorrow will be the first weigh-in, so that might be a bit shorter, and then what I thought of maybe calling it, if anyone's got any other fantastic ideas, then, you know, please feel free to comment below. Katrina Kicks Kilos. I was just trying to think of a catchy little name, but obviously the weigh-in will be a weigh-in Wednesday. But I thought maybe the series, you know, what might be fun to call, so the title of a video would, you know, might be, it'll be in the playlist weigh-in Wednesday maybe, and then the actual title of the video would be Katrina Kicks Kilos #1, and then the next one would be #2, #3, and so on each week. And what it would be nice, what I'd like to, obviously we need to set goals, and a long-term goal, it would be nice if I could, well, doesn't sound committing enough. What I would really like to do is to lose half of my body weight. So we're talking a lot of weight. We're potentially talking between 9 and 10 stone, because I know roughly what I weigh, and I can tell you now it's around 18 stone. So I mean, I'm 5'6". I'm very very well endowed up top. My husband says if I was to remove those, you know, I'd lose a stone on each one. But I know that some people might think, my God, if you lost 10 stone, there's going to be nothing of you. I used to be 8.5 stone, and even then I wasn't skinny. Trust me, I've got photographs and I've still got big chunky thighs, because I was always very sporty, so I was quite muscular. But don't worry, I'm not going to wither away even if I did lose 10 stone. Trust me. As I say, my usual weight was 8.5 stone. So if I got down to 10 stone, you know, that's nowhere near the thinnest I've been. So don't panic. I'm not going to become anorexic or anything like that. Oh, excuse me. So, I would like to do that by my 5th wedding anniversary. Now we're just coming up to, within a few weeks' time, our 4th wedding anniversary. So Ian and I will have been married 4 years in June. So I was just trying to think of a goal and a time frame. And I thought, well, that would be nice if I used my 5th wedding anniversary as the end point, or, you know, a milestone. And it would be nice to lose that amount of weight within that time frame, which I know is doable. It would be, you know, means a lot of hard work. I've been downloading some videos off of YouTube for exercise and so on. I know what I have to do diet-wise. I'm you know, I'm not stupid. I know exactly where I'm going wrong. But you know, I'm a vegetarian as well, so a lot of things I can't follow the normal things that people would do. So, oh, excuse me. It's right, it's sunny. It's getting late. I've been up early, so didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Potentially worried about this. So I'm going to do my weigh-in Wednesday. Oh, sorry, didn't lock the camera then. I'm going to do my weigh-in Wednesday tomorrow. So potentially that'll be up tomorrow night or Thursday morning. I would love it if you fancy doing this with me. That would be absolutely fantastic. Or if you just want to send me encouragement, that too would be absolutely amazing. So that's the score. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm putting myself out there now. So I'm going to upload this, and then take it from there. And please join me. But most of all, thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't done already, I'd love you to subscribe. That way, if you do want to follow this series, you're going to get you'll know when the new video's up each week, so you won't miss any of those. As always, pop over and visit our other channel, System to Success, and of course you can subscribe to that channel as well. I do plenty of other types of videos on this channel, so stick around. We'll have some fun. So this is what I've got planned. I've got other things sort of in the pipeline as well, but this is the main thing I want to focus on at the moment. So once again, thanks ever so much for watching, and I shall see you on Weigh-In Wednesday. Take care now. Bye.